Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy, Nerd Mode On, and today I actually want to talk with you about Premium, considering that more additional information has finally surfaced, especially when it comes down to the upcoming Battlefield title. So of course, before we get into all the nitty-gritty information, of course it is worth noting that prior to Gamescom, there really wasn't a whole lot of speak about Premium, which also led a lot of players to believe that this particular membership service was no longer going to be a part of the Battlefield franchise. Now, of course, in true fashion, unfortunately that was not the case, so of course the premium service for the Battlefield franchise is returning, and it looks like it's actually not deviating too far from the original formula that's made it a staple in the Battlefield franchise. Now, of course, if you're somebody that's not too familiar with the Battlefield franchise, maybe this will be the first time that you decide to jump into this particular community, and a lot of this terminology that we'll be talking about may not make a whole lot of sense right out of the gate. However, let's spend a little bit of time talking about what the premium service for the Battlefield franchise does, and ultimately what kind of enhancements you as a player can get, especially if you're somebody that's willing to cough up a little bit more money for these particular benefits. So the premium service in the past is very similar to what a lot of games will call a season pass. A season pass, of course, grants you all the upcoming DLC for the most part. I know some games are a little shadier in terms of their terminology, and sometimes that doesn't necessarily include all the micro DLC that can later come out. However, the only type of microtransactions in the Battlefield franchise has been the Battle Packs, and those were introduced in Battlefield 4. As well as the class and vehicle shortcuts, and those have even been in the Battlefield franchise since all the way in Battlefield Bad Company 2. So of course I don't imagine those will be going anywhere anytime soon, but they have definitely been in the Battlefield franchise for quite some time. So when it really comes down to it, the Battlefield franchise doesn't necessarily facilitate and move too heavily into the microtransaction category. Of course there are some that are currently in the game, and we did talk about that in some of the previous Battlefield titles. But by and large, they definitely don't necessarily push it in your face nearly as much as other games, and there's not necessarily a whole lot of pay-to-win features that are in this particular series. So with all that information disclosed, let's talk a little bit about the Ultimate Edition that's going to be for Battlefield 1. The Battlefield 1 Ultimate Edition gives you all the action-packed extras in both the Battlefield 1 Early Enlister Edition and the Battlefield 1 Premium Pass. Get all 4 themed expansion packs, 14 Battlefield 1 Battle Packs, new maps, elite classes, and so much more. Now transferring right along, let's talk about some of the key features that are a part of the Ultimate Edition for Battlefield 1. The new frontline battles. Scout ahead with a 2-week head start on 4 themed expansion packs containing 16 all-new maps. France joins the fight in all new multiplayer maps, and upcoming expansions will bring the Russian Empire into the battle. Now alongside that, let's quickly talk about some of the premium extras that are going to be available in Battlefield 1. Get ready for new operations and game modes, weapons, elite classes, vehicles, and much more that we'll later learn about. The Battlefield 1 Ultimate Edition includes 14 Battlefield 1 Battle Packs containing standout weapon skins and unique dog tags. Now of course, each of these Battle Packs are delivered monthly starting in November of 2016, so I imagine we'll get a few of them, especially when it comes down to each month. And last but not least, let's talk a little bit about the Ultimate Extras, considering Battlefield 1 is going to be offering quite a bit of cool little extras that many players might find very interesting, or ultimately it'll just enhance your overall appearance on the battlefield. Add incredibly themed weapons, items, and vehicles with the Red Baron and Lawrence of Arabia packs. And get even more gear with 5 additional battle packs stuffed full of everything you'll need to hold your ground in the thick of battle, so of course that's probably going to be a lot more cosmetic items than it will actually be any kind of secret weapons that'll be introduced into this particular series. Now it is worth noting that a lot of the things that we've been talking about are unique to the Deluxe Edition and the Ultimate Edition for Battlefield 1. The largest difference between the Deluxe Edition versus the Ultimate Edition is that the Ultimate Edition is granted with the Premium Pass. Now some of you guys might be asking, how much does the Ultimate Edition for Battlefield 1 cost? So of course, if you're somebody that's going to be purchasing it through Origin, the current price is $129.98. So when it really comes down to it, purchasing the Ultimate Edition doesn't really give you any benefits over somebody that decides to go with the Deluxe Edition. Now it is worth noting that the Premium Pass can actually be purchased at a later date, so it is currently available right now to be purchased separately, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you need to purchase it right at the moment. You could definitely wait for additional information about the upcoming DLCs and make the decision then. Now alongside that, if you're somebody that's worrying that you're going to have to pay more or there's not really necessarily a discount associated with each of these packages, that's actually not the case considering that the premium service does not change price no matter if you buy the Ultimate Edition or if you buy it separately. But anyway guys, that's really all the information I have for you. Hopefully you found something in the video entertaining or enlightened you into a particular aspect of the premium service. But until the next episode guys, this has been NMO and I'm going to be signing out guys. Peace!